What's up everybody, welcome back to another Apex Legends Season 5 video. So today we got a very special one, alright? So today I decided that we're going to go ahead and drop this video, and today we are going to discuss, and we're pretty much going to be ranking every legend in Apex Legends Season 5 from worst to best, okay? So I know some of you guys are probably going to disagree with this video, and that is completely fine. I know a lot of you guys are maining some of the guys that are, you know, lower on my list, and some are higher, but you know, all of these characters are definitely going to have their benefits, they're going to have their strengths, but they also have some weaknesses. So I decided to put them all in order. There's 13 legends in Apex Legends. I put them all in order from worst to best, and I also decided to put some pros and some cons on each character in the game. So if you guys are brand new to the channel and you guys really want to support the channel, it definitely helps me out if you guys hit the subscribe button and also ring that bell, but do not forget to leave a like, okay? I would really appreciate the like. It'll definitely help the channel grow. We are almost at 100 subscribers. That's our goal. That's our goal for this month, 100 subscribers. And we're almost there. All right, so thank you guys for you guys that are new, and we're gonna go ahead and get right into this video. All right, so I have everything in my notes. I got my phone, everything in my notes, so I can try my best to stay on topic, and we're going to jump right into number 13. This is the bottom of the bottom. Yes, this character can still be fun to play with, but you'll see why I chose to put this player at the bottom. All right, so coming in at number 13 is no other than the Apex Legends Revenant. Okay, Revenant is one of those legends that was very underwhelming when it came to, you know, abilities and all that. Like, come on now, like Revenant should have been a lot better than what he actually is. Okay, so for the pros, we're gonna go ahead and go through the pros real quick. So the pros, of course, is the crouch walking is insanely fast, and you can also climb higher than other characters. So for you Revenant mains, I know you are climbing up walls. You guys are just going crazy everywhere. All right, so I'm not saying to stop playing with this player, but when it comes to the abilities aren't as unique as some of these players that are going to be at the top of my list. All right, the next thing that I want to go ahead to talk about that's a pro for Revenant is that the ultimate allows you to get opponents weak without paying the full risk of getting yourself knocked. So we all know, for you Revenant mains or people that even played with Revenant, that you have that totem. All right, so the totem is pretty cool. You place the totem, then you got to enter the totem, and then after you enter it, you can just full force or full just push a squad, and if they knock your, you know, they knock you back to the totem, you're still in the game. You know what I mean? It's not like a full risk, so you can go put some shots in. If you can knock one, then the rest of your team can finish up the squad, and you can heal up, and then you can come back. So the ultimate is cool, but it's not the most overpowered. Revenant's known as a extreme insane like assassin or like killer. Why is he so like He's just not really worth it, you know what I mean? So we're gonna go ahead into the cons real quick. I did jot 2 cons. For my cons, it was the worst set of skills for a legend that's based off being a crazy killer, like I just said. And then the last con is definitely needs a strong buff to actually make his abilities and Revenant as a legend more intimidating. That's number 13. We're gonna go ahead and get straight into who is number 12 on this list. Close to the bottom, but not exactly at the bottom. It's Octane, okay? Octane definitely needs a buff. Hopefully this buff is coming soon, maybe Apex Legends Season 6. As a pro, Octane does restore health if he's not taking damage, and as another pro, he runs fast if you ever needed to run fast, using his tactical, which is that stem. That's pretty much the pros. Like, he gets his ult quick, but I mean the ult is still a good pro just because you can somewhat get high ground, but he's just not all the way there yet. Okay, so for the cons, I have doesn't really have anything great about him that really drives him to be a competitive legend. Octane as a character, if he gets a buff, he might be more so in the conversation of some of the top tier Apex Legends. Okay, so hopefully his abilities become a little stronger. Hopefully he gets, you know, something good, but we'll definitely find that out in Apex Legends Season 6, because have no fear, it's coming. Okay, so for you Octane mains out there, just keep going. All right, keep pushing and you're going to be okay. So coming into our 11th spot is no other than the Apex Legends Crypto. Okay, so Crypto is one of those legends that really, I can't use him at all, but some of you guys probably can. But Crypto just seems kind of underwhelming to me. All right, so we're going to go ahead and look into his pros real quick. So for the pros, he can easily gain an advantage in pinging out enemies for his teammates. So that's really good with the drone. The only bad thing is the drone seems to be easy to shoot down, a lot easier than what I remembered from before. But if you can really get the hang of Crypto, then I do see that you can somewhat make a difference in a team. It's definitely a team player type of Apex Legend though. For another one of his pros is that his ultimate breaks 50 enemy shield when it's used. That we all know the ultimate. There's a big old shockwave and you know you crack somebody's shield and you stun them for a little bit, and then that's when you make your move. But for his cons, I did put only one con, and it was that he really has no other abilities that make him stand out. He really is relying on the drone. So if it comes to escaping a third party or running to go heal, you really need to be aware of your environment and where you are at on the map. The drone is cool though. The drone is cool. You can definitely, you know, get people's banners with the drone. You can see how many squads are in the area, but without that drone, what is Crypto? So we're going straight into the next one, to our number 10 spot, and our number 10 spot is held down by Watson. Now don't sweat it. Watson is definitely a good legend in Apex Legends. Don't get me wrong, okay? So we're going to go ahead with the pros real quick. Now, the top pro for a Watson, you guys should already know this, but it takes one ultimate accelerant to give you an automatic ult, okay? So if you really want your ultimate, carry them accelerants, and you'll have your ultimate at least 3 to 4 times a game. Especially if you have your teammates holding some of those accelerants as well. It's cheese. It is cheese. All right. So for another pro is that it is a great legend to use when there is a highly competitive game, maybe like a wager or whatever, or you're playing ranked. Watsons are definitely used for those. It's a high tier legend, but we're going to get into the cons and you'll understand why I put her so low on my list. But going into the last pro that I have on here, that the ultimate can heal shields and also destroy incoming grenades and ultimate. Anything that has anything to do with blowing up, that ultimate that Watson has is going to completely destroy it. But now let's get into her cons. Now, similar to Crypto, I feel that Watson is not really a good legend to solo queue with. I feel that she is more based on, you know, a squad type of atmosphere. So she's really useful when you have a full team. So if you're going in trios or anything else and you're holding down some ground, then Watson is very reliable. You can definitely use Watson to win games. We're going to go ahead and get right into number 9. Now, number 9, I had to put a character that is kind of OP, but could be even more overpowered later on, and that's Loba. Loba is just one of those brand new characters that almost everyone is using, and I can definitely see why. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get into her pros. The pros is that you can see high tier loot from either walls or inside loot or supply bins before you even open them or before you even go into the door. Now the next thing is that you can teleport to gain better position. The teleporting is really cool. You can definitely gain high ground. You can do a whole bunch of things with that, especially for you experienced Loba users. You guys are goated up. But the next pro is that you can place her ultimate and help your squad get some great loot. Now we're going to get into her only con that I have on this list, and the only con that I have is that you can only pick up 2 things from her ultimate. But it's not really a bad con when it comes to Loba, so Loba is definitely playable. by all means, she's very playable. So we're going to jump in straight into number 8. Now coming in our number 8 spot is a character that was severely nerfed in Apex Legends Season 5, and that is Pathfinder. Now, don't get me wrong, Pathfinder is still a good legend, but with this nerf, it's kind of hard to use Pathfinder. It just sucks, okay? Because I knew what Pathfinder was, and now looking at what Pathfinder is now, it's you hate to see it. You can still scan beacons to know when the next ring is. This will definitely get you in a good position if you're playing ranked or whatever. Now, the next pro that I have on here is that you can still put your teammates in a favorable You can still put your teammates in a favorable position when it comes to gaining high ground. So with your ultimate, you can still capture high ground. You can still be cheesy. It's still the same Pathfinder. Pathfinder is still very resourceful and very reliable when it comes to getting your squad in that A1 position. Now for the cons, you guys already know, the tactical was nerfed heavily. It's a little too slow to gain the grappling ability, which I don't really like. I know a lot of you Pathfinder mains probably found a reason to not really like it, but if you guys are still rocking with Pathfinder to this day, y'all let me know down below. But that's kind of tough, okay? It's kind of tough. But that leads us into our number 7 spot, which is kind of a stale legend in Apex Legends right now. People are still using this legend, but she needs a buff, you know, coming soon, hopefully. And that's no other than Lifeline. All right, Lifeline, I know that she can open the little blue supply pills or supply bins. Like, that's cool and all. I think we want some more. Okay, we want some more. Now for her pros, she can definitely heal 25% faster than other legends, which is good, okay? Her other one is her unlimited health. With a health drone, like, you can pretty much babysit your teammates. If your teammates just keep taking unnecessary damage, you can definitely do your job as a lifeline. You know, you got the heal drone. Everybody's in one little area. It's cool. And another pro is that, you know, when she's reviving a teammate, she has a little shield, which is really cool. Some really good plays can come out of that. Now to the cons. She does have one con, and that is the ultimate is kind of underwhelming. It's kind of always been that way. I mean, you get a drop, you know, you get the little care package, which is cool depending on the randomized loot that you get in this supply drop. But the bad thing is it also tells every enemy squad near you where you are, which is not favorable. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to number 6. We getting there. We're almost at the top 5, y'all. If you guys are still here, drop a fire emoji in the comments so I know who the real ones are. If you guys made it this far, thank you so much. It's a lot, okay? It's a lot. We're ranking all of them. So for number 6, we have Bangalore. Now Bangalore definitely deserves a buff, hopefully coming soon. There's just a few things that I would change on Bangalore to really make her one of those top tier, more favorable Apex Legends, but these are going to be the pros that I have written down, and that is the smoke can easily hide you from enemies. The only person that can really track you down is Bloodhound, of course, Bloodhound. But other than that, there's really nobody else that can really track you. Another pro that she has is the double time. Can help you get away from, you know, enemies airstrikes or enemies shooting at you. You gain that little speed boost, which is perfect. The one complaint that I have about Bangalore is that her ultimate is so boo-boo, okay? Her ultimate is boo-boo. Now, if her ultimate gets a buff, she can definitely be way higher on this list. I've seen different concepts on Twitter. If you haven't, you know, follow me on Twitter. My Twitter and all my socials are down below in the description, all the way down. So, you know, go follow your boy on Instagram, whatever. But when it comes to Bangalore's ultimate, if she had a better ultimate, she would be a lot better. I've seen the concept where it was more of like a square where she was going to attack. But, you know, if they can buff the ultimate, top legend. But going straight into number 5 is no other than, I don't know if I'm going to continue maining him, but I love using this Apex Legend, and that is the Apex Legends Caustic. Caustic is one of those players that I don't know. I loved him since, what, season 2? Caustic is definitely one of those players that you'll definitely have fun with, especially if you're fighting in bunker. That's probably where I have my most exciting gameplay. Now, for you Caustic mains, or for you Caustics out there that play with your teammates, and you hear them complain about, you know, being slowed down, they can't see, this and that. Hey, the gas no longer slows them, so it kind of helps your teammates out, actually. Caustic is not slowed down by bullets. With the fortified, just like Gibraltar, with the fortified, he's not slowed down by bullets. He also takes more damage, which is insane, which is insane. But he's more of a tanky player. And another pro, by far the greatest pro for a Caustic, is that there is literally no counter to a Caustic besides a Caustic, bruh. Let me repeat that for you guys all the way in the back, alright? The only way you can breach a room that is full of traps and full of Caustic smoke is by using another Caustic, bruh. He's his own counter. That's OP. So we're going to go ahead and get into the cons. One thing that I definitely noticed with maining Caustic is that open exposed areas are your worst nightmare. You really don't have, you know, a dome, or you don't have no smoke. You can't teleport. You can't really run from that smoke if the gunfight is not in your favor. Going into our number 4 spot is a dude that definitely gained a heavy buff. Okay, I'm actually kind of happy because this was my main when I first started playing Apex Legends back in season 1, and that is Bloodhound. Okay, Bloodhound is definitely one of those. He's more of, I guess you can say, more of a pubs guy. Like, he's definitely fun to use in pubs. You can track, you can, I swear, the people that end me the most are Bloodhounds. So for the pros, the tactical goes crazy far. You can pretty much see anybody in every town. So the tactical goes for like you could just ping everybody. Like your whole team will see everybody that you just scanned. When you scan traps, you scan enemies, you scan a whole bunch of stuff. You can use the tactical for Bloodhound when you're inside some Bangalore smoke. So if you're playing duos, Bloodhound and Bangalore, probably some of the cheesiest people that you can use. Like, it's crazy. Now, another good pro for Bloodhound is that his ultimate makes him run a lot faster, and he sees everything. Now, when it comes to the cons, I do have one con that's kind of annoying, especially because that element of surprise is completely gone. And is that the ultimate is the loudest ultimate in the game. Well, in my opinion, it's as loud as an ultimate could really be. The enemies can hear you as soon as you pop your ultimate, and the enemies can hear you as you run past them, because you're breathing, I don't know where, he's like breathing out of his ears. Like, it is insanely loud. You can hear, you'll know when a Bloodhound is near you. That's pretty much all I have to say about Bloodhound. Now we have our top 3. Now, of course, this is all my opinion. You guys can feel free to disagree down below. Please let me know your favorite legend in Apex Legends Season 5 down below. I would really like to hear what you guys have to say. But going into our top 3, at number 3 is a guy that got an insane buff, and that is the Apex Legends Mirage. Mirage is something different now, okay? So just check out the pros. The pros are, now he's able to go invisible when reviving and respawning teammates. So another thing is that he's probably one of the most annoying players when you play Apex Legends Season 5. He's one of the most annoying because the ultimate, if used correctly, you can't tell which one is a Mirage, bruh. From before, when you use your ultimate and he went invisible, you can see the trace, you can see him as he's invisible, which was dumb in my opinion. But now with all the clones and they're doing everything that you're doing, it's a lot harder. Okay, it's a lot harder to actually spot Mirage. It's going to take some practice for you to actually do it. I noticed that you can hear the real Mirage. So that's the only thing. Like, you can just hear the real Mirage's footsteps, so you'll know when he's close. But it's definitely hard, okay? It's definitely hard. The last pro that I have for him is that the ultimate and tacticals are insanely fast. Now, the one con that I do have for Mirage is that sometimes, if not careful, an enemy can still knock you in while you're using your ultimate. Now, coming in at number 2, you guys already know what the deal is. This character is huge. This dude is a tank. He's been OP for a while now, and that is no other than Gibraltar. Gibraltar is one of the scariest legends in Apex Legends. Like, I kid you not, when you get a Gibraltar with either like a Spitfire or like a Devotion and a red Evo shield, I'm running. Okay, there's nothing else. Like, you really have to team up on a Gibraltar to knock him first. Gibraltar, looking at his pros, he has the gun shield, of course, which allows him to take even more damage. He also is a damage sponge. He just eats up bullets. With being a character that has fortified, there's only 2 characters with fortified. It's him and Caustic. So he doesn't get slowed down by bullets. He can take more damage than other characters in Apex. Like, it's crazy. He by far has one of the most effective and overpowered ultimates in the game. And if you were to compare him to any other legend, he'll probably be a more overpowered version of a Lifeline. Gibraltar is easily one of the most meta characters on Apex Legends right now, and I don't think that it's gonna stop. Other than that, I don't see too many cons. They nerfed the bubble shield a little bit, but the bubble shield is still, you know, it still runs for a pretty long time. It did run for a little bit longer. I think they took like 6, maybe like 8 seconds off of the dome shield, which is still completely fine. I don't really have too many cons for him. I don't have any cons at all. That's how OP he is. But going into our number 1 is no other than what you guys see on an everyday basis with, you know, big, you know, competitive streamers or people that are in those high tiers and ranked, and that is Wraith. They're using Wraith. You know why, okay? Wraith is pretty cheese, okay? The fact that she can attack from different angles, like, it is a really good character to use no matter how they tried to nerf Wraith. There is no getting rid of Wraith, okay? Wraith is one of those characters in Apex Legends that's here to stay as well. Now, when it comes to her pros, the passive lets you know when you're being either aimed at or you're being pinged, targeted, whatever. The little voice, bro, the voices from the void or whatever it's called, it's insane, all right? It's crazy. Now, another one of her pros is that she's by far one of the most elite competitive legends that you're going to find in Apex Legends right now. The fact that she can, you know, easily reposition a team using her ultimate, which is the portals, or she can void and not take damage, like, it's crazy. Wraith is definitely a top tier Apex legend. Now, when it comes to the cons, these are some cons that just don't settle well with me. Y'all let me know what y'all feel about the cons of Wraith. But the low profile, you get damage increased 5%. It's not a huge deal, but it is, you know, some type of a deal. Now, the last con that I have is that the voiding is way too easy to trace. The one thing that I don't like is that when you void, anybody can chase you. So, like, I have a homie that I run with that mains Wraith, and when you void, if you're not like really strategic with it, a Gibraltar can be hawking you. He can be right there as soon as you come out of your void and just finish you. You know what I mean? So if her void was a little more, you know, buffed, where you can't really see the trace or like the residue of her voiding or whatever, if you couldn't see that, automatic OP. Even more OP than she already is. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this list. We did just rank every Apex Legend in Apex Legends Season 5 from worst to best, in my opinion. Y'all let me know what y'all would change. What legends do you think should be at the top? What legends do you think are going to get a nerf? Which legends do you think are going to get a buff? Alright, y'all let me know all your comments down below in the comment section. Like I said before, if you guys are brand new to the channel and you guys want to help support the channel and help us reach our goal to 100 subscribers on this channel, then make sure that you guys hit the subscribe button and also ring that bell, and also leave a like if you enjoyed the content. All right, many more videos are coming soon, but if you guys enjoyed this one, I just want to thank you guys for watching it, especially if you made it all the way to the end. But until next time, it's been your boy C-Note, and I'm out.